It was February 9th, 2004, a freezing Monday night in New Hampshire. Just before 7:30 p.m., a black Saturn sedan veered off Route 112 and crashed into a snowbank near the tiny town of Haverhill. A local resident called 911. A school bus driver stopped and offered help. The young woman behind the wheel refused. She said she'd already called roadside assistance, but that wasn't true. 10 minutes later, when police arrived, the car was empty. The woman was gone. That woman was Maura Murray, a 21-year-old nursing student at the University of Massachusetts Amherst, and her disappearance would become one of the most enduring and perplexing mysteries in modern American history. The story begins a few days earlier. Maura was a bright student, athletic, driven. But in the days leading up to her disappearance, something changed. On February 5th, she received a phone call at work that caused her to break down in tears. When her supervisor asked what was wrong, Maura simply said, "My sister." But later, her sister said she had no idea what that could have been about. The next few days were strange. Maura's behavior became distant. She searched online for directions to Vermont and the White Mountains of New Hampshire. She also looked up rental properties and directions to a place called Bartlett, New Hampshire. But she told no one why. Then on the morning of February 9th, Maura emailed her professors and employers. She said there had been a death in the family and that she'd be away for a few days. That wasn't true either. There had been no death. She then emptied her bank account, about $280. She bought alcohol, withdrew cash from an ATM, and hit the road. Hours later, her car would be found crashed, and she would be gone. There was no blood, no footprints leading away from the car, no cell phone signal. Just a car in a ditch, a bottle of wine on the seat, and a missing girl with no clear destination. The initial search was massive. Police, K-9 units, helicopters, and volunteers combed the area. But there was no sign of Maura, not a single trace. And as days turned into weeks, and weeks into years, theories began to multiply. Some believe Maura intentionally disappeared, that she staged the crash and vanished into the woods to start a new life. Others think she may have died of exposure after fleeing the crash site in panic, possibly under the influence or disoriented. Then there are those who believe something far more sinister happened, that she accepted a ride from the wrong person and was never seen again. What complicates the case even more are the strange details. Days before disappearing, Maura's father had visited her. He helped her shop for a new car and let her borrow his. That same night, Maura crashed his car into a guardrail near campus. She said she didn't remember what happened. A few months earlier, she'd also been caught using stolen credit card numbers to order food, though no formal charges were filed. Some point to these incidents as signs she was under pressure, unraveling. But her family believes she was simply trying to escape for a bit, to clear her head, go for a drive, maybe hike in the mountains. Nothing about her trip suggested she didn't plan to come back. Yet, 2 decades later, Maura still hasn't come back. There's no verified footage, no remains, and no confirmed sightings. In 2017, law enforcement conducted a new search at a home near the crash site using cadaver dogs and ground-penetrating radar. They found disturbed ground beneath the basement. Hope rose. But after digging, they found nothing, just more questions. To this day, Maura Murray's case remains unsolved. Her family continues to search, to hope, and to fight for answers. And the internet remains captivated. Hundreds of forums, podcasts, and YouTube videos offer endless theories. But all of them end the same way. No one knows what happened to Maura Murray. Did she plan to disappear, or was she taken? Did she meet someone in the woods that night? Or was she running from something long before she got in the car? At Digital Detectives, we explore the cases that keep people awake at night. Maura's story is one of them. What do you think happened on that snowy night in 2004? Leave your theory in the comments. Like and subscribe to Digital Detectives for more haunting real-life mysteries. Because the truth is out there, and sometimes it vanishes right in front of us.